Education is the most important factor in the growth of people and a country as a whole. As Wessel Ventura illustrated, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development showed that the U.S. has fallen behind in the last 30 years in the education of people who have the equivalence of 2 years of college. As it can be seen in the graph from Education Slowdown, Friends U.S., you can see that the U.S., we were near the top 30 years ago from the orange dots, but we have fallen down to 14th in the overall rankings. These rankings could drastically change with a simple change in policy. So what is an underlying factor in the education slowdown? When the educational system of a student is interrupted by something as trivial as the clothing someone wears, it affects their chance to learn and their ability to concentrate on their studies. They're driven more towards worrying about what they should wear each day instead of what's particularly going on in their classes. Good morning. My name is Aaron Smith. Today I'm going to discuss the reasoning of why school uniforms should be mandated in public schools. I've seen many students through middle school and high school get made fun of because of the clothes they wear, and because these clothes aren't to the standards of the student majority or population. This causes discrimination, which can lead to bullying because they don't have the designer clothing. This is an important issue because school uniform acquisition could positively impact the student's academic experience as well as their future. Many of us will have children who could become a victim of bullying, but this can be prevented, or significantly decreased at least, by school uniforms. I will describe thoroughly the current problems that arise in schools without a uniform code, how school uniforms will help with these problems, and actual benefits that have been found to correlate with school uniforms. First, I'm going to discuss the main problem that occurs within schools. A substantial problem all children face in school is bullying for several reasons, including the clothes they wear or do not wear. Latest trends of today include Aeropostale, Hollister, and the sorts of designer brands that teens and adolescents feel they must have. You can see examples here in these pictures of people wearing the top-notch brands of today. As Vanessa O'Connell stated in an article named Fashion Bullies Attack, teen and adolescent girls have sought to use fashion as a social weapon to judge others. Wearing of the wrong brands at the wrong times can elicit a response of negativity and self-esteem degradation. Though bullying will forever exist in certain contexts because we cannot rid the world of those who feel superior, we may be able to sustain it by posing a possible solution. Also to reiterate, our country's education has seen a downward trend in the past 30 years, as was shown from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Just as well, posing a solution may be able to initiate a reversal in these trends, and these negative trends observed in the United States. The possible solution to the aforementioned problems, along with some extra benefits, is school uniform policy. First of all, school uniforms would eliminate the social hierarchy that is developed in schools. Brands become a key separating factor, but we can eliminate this by having everyone wearing the same clothing. Not only can it help with social hierarchy, but an article from the Los Angeles Times states that it can also help in gang beset places by establishing a more neutral atmosphere. Gangs wear certain colors or emblems which can induce fear in and outside of school. Fear or hatred for their actions or colors can result in increased outbreak in fights and assaults. Results from the U.S. Department of Education illustrated that since the implement of school uniforms in Long Beach, California, that fights and assaults have decreased by 85% in grades K through 8, which you can see in the statistic at the bottom here, labeled by the red arrows. Though this implement occurred in 1995, this is a promising number showing significant decrease in fights and assaults. With results that encourage a more peaceful environment where learning can be more focused upon instead of worrying about the social hierarchy, it seems that we should move towards school uniforms. These, however, are not the only promising results. The U.S. Department of Education survey also concludes that teachers and administrators feel that they're safer in an environment, 86%, as can be seen in the statistic up there. In light of past incidences with school shootings, being able to tell who belongs and who is an intruder can help with the worry of trespassers. It can also be seen from the study how overall crime, school suspensions, and vandalisms have all decreased, which you can see the various stats throughout this table here. So imagine our children attending school with their focus more on the curriculum of what they're learning instead of worrying about the social hierarchy, which can interfere with their academic process. With school uniforms, we can also see other benefits: better attendance, a better sense of unity, and in some cases, higher graduation rates. In a study done by William Gouge, a few rural East Tennessee schools had graduation rates near 82%, which is 8% below the state goal. After analyzing two different schools with similar demographics, one with school uniforms and one without, the one with school uniforms had higher graduation rates. We can assume as more students attend school and graduate, they will be more likely to attend college and take interest in it. It's hard to argue with the positive effects as well as the positive implications shown by when a uniform policy is put into place. In conclusion, I have demonstrated major problems with the education system, a solution that may be able to help put us in the right direction to fixing these problems, and extra positive effects from the implement of school uniforms. Fashion bullying is one of the many reasons kids get made fun of, but we can alleviate this by establishing a new policy.